Time for us to meet Stumpy, a tree, Faith Salie tells us, destined to stand the test of time.
With Congress mired in gridlock and a presidential campaign bitterly dividing voters, it can seem like Washington doesn't have much to offer in the way of bipartisanship. But there is a unifying figure in D.C., and like our government, it has 3 branches.
This tree, affectionately known as Stumpy.
A beloved tree known as Stumpy.
Woo-hoo!
Yes, Stumpy. The homely, hollowed-out husk of a cherry tree by the D.C. Tidal Basin. It's not the prettiest. It's not the healthiest. Still, tourists and locals alike can't get enough of this celebri-tree.
Just stands out, holds his own year after year.
I think it's the underdog, It's the underdog. He's still making it.
Stumpy never dies. Stumpy never gives up.
Photographer Kevin Ambrose sells a Seasons of Stumpy wall calendar.
This past December, I decorated Stumpy like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree and took a photo of Stumpy with Christmas bulbs. And it was popular.
Do you think Stumpy's beautiful?
No, I don't. I think Stumpy is quite a rotting little tree, but it's so ugly, it's beautiful. Make it that way.
If you look at the lower 80% of him, you would say he's dead. And then yet every spring, he puts out these beautiful blossoms.
National Mall spokesperson Mike Litterst says this lovable runt endures despite its inhospitable habitat.
The amount of water that is coming over the seawalls is simply far more than the roots of the cherry trees are capable of withstanding. Quite simply, it has killed a lot of the trees.
Sea levels at the tidal basin have risen about a foot over the last century, due in part to climate change. A new $113 million repair project will raise seawalls and widen walkways. The bad news? 158 cherry trees will have to be removed. And Stumpy is on the chopping block.
Now that cherry tree's days are numbered.
When word came, reaction was swift. Trumpet serenades, floral tributes. A delegation from the Japanese embassy came by to pay their respects. The fragile tree even had to be fenced off for its own safety. But a reprieve is not in the cards. Stumpy's frailty makes the prospect of uprooting and replanting it impractical.
Is it bittersweet for you?
I think right now it's still bitter. We have to fix the seawall. We are losing cherry trees every year because these seawalls are failing, and we can't replace those trees until we fix the problem.
The National Mall will actually see a net gain in cherry trees after replacements are planted. Clippings from Stumpy will be used to grow genetic clones, and the dead trees will be ground into mulch to enrich the soil.
It's kind of like a sacrifice story.
It's a sacrifice, and it's also the full cycle, the full succession of a forest. The wood.
National Mall arborist Matthew Morrison says Stumpy will nourish other trees for generations to come. A lasting legacy, long after its final bloom.
When we as people sometimes feel like we would lay down and quit, we see Stumpy just fighting and gracing us with beautiful flowers. There's a fabulous spirit there, and the public identifies with that.